Imagine a secret so powerful it could change your entire life. A secret that comes not from Earth, but from the stars themselves. The Pleiadian Higher Council, those wise beings from a distant star cluster, have something incredible to share with us. This isn't just any ordinary secret. It's a cosmic revelation that could transform how you see yourself, others, and the entire universe. Are you ready to have your mind blown? Because what you're about to learn might just be the key to unlocking your true potential and finding deep, lasting happiness. Think about it for a moment. How often do we get the chance to learn something that could completely reshape our understanding of reality? This isn't about some new gadget or a trendy life hack. We're talking about ancient wisdom from advanced beings who have been watching over humanity for thousands of years. They've seen civilizations rise and fall. They've witnessed our struggles and our triumphs. And now they're reaching out to us with a message that's more important than ever before. But here's the thing. This secret isn't just about gaining knowledge. It's about experiencing a profound shift in your consciousness. It's about tapping into a power that's been inside you all along, waiting to be awakened. The Pleiadians aren't here to give us some quick fix or magic solution. They're offering us a glimpse into the true nature of reality, a perspective that could change everything if we're brave enough to embrace it. Now, you might be wondering, why should I care about some alien secret? What does this have to do with my everyday life? Well, let me tell you, ignoring this message could be the biggest mistake you ever make. We're not just talking about missing out on some interesting information. We're talking about potentially missing the whole point of your existence. Think about it this way. Have you ever felt like something was missing in your life? Like there was an emptiness inside you that no amount of money, success, or material possessions could fill? That's because you've been cut off from the most important truth in the universe. You've been living your life with blinders on, seeing only a tiny fraction of what's really out there. If we choose to ignore this secret, we're choosing to stay stuck in our limited perspectives. We're choosing to continue struggling with the same old problems, the same feelings of loneliness and disconnection that have plagued humanity for centuries. But it doesn't have to be this way. The Pleiadians are offering us a chance to break free from these old patterns, to step into a new way of being that's filled with joy, purpose, and deep fulfillment. But here's the real kicker. This isn't just about personal happiness. The stakes are much, much higher than that. Our world is facing some serious challenges right now. Climate change, social division, economic uncertainty, the list goes on and on. What if the secret the Pleiadians want to share with us could help solve these problems? What if it could bring about a new era of peace and harmony on Earth? By ignoring this message, we might be turning our backs on the very thing that could save our planet and our species. And let's not forget about the spiritual aspect. Many of us go through life feeling disconnected from any higher purpose or meaning. We wonder why we're here, what our role is in this vast universe. The Pleiadian secret could be the key to unlocking these deep existential questions. By choosing to remain ignorant, we might be missing out on the chance to understand our true spiritual nature and fulfill our highest potential as human beings. So, the stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about gaining some interesting knowledge or having a cool story to tell at parties. This is about the future of humanity, the fate of our planet, and your own personal evolution as a spiritual being. Can you really afford to ignore something this important? Before we dive into the big secret, let's take a moment to understand who the Pleiadians are. After all, if we're going to trust them with potentially life-changing information, we should know a bit about where they're coming from, right? The Pleiadians are spiritual beings who come from a star cluster called the Pleiades. Now, if you're into stargazing, you might recognize this name. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, is a group of stars you can see with the naked eye on a clear night. It's part of the constellation Taurus, and it's been known to cultures all around the world for thousands of years. But the Pleiadians aren't just random aliens from some distant star system. Many spiritual traditions believe they have a special connection to Earth and to humanity. They're often described as our cosmic family, advanced beings who've been watching over us and guiding our evolution for a very long time. So, what are the Pleiadians like? Well, accounts vary, but they're generally described as tall, beautiful beings with a powerful aura of love and wisdom. They're said to be highly evolved, both technologically and spiritually. Imagine beings who have mastered the laws of the universe, who can travel through space and time, and who have a deep understanding of the nature of consciousness itself. That's the Pleiadians. But here's the really important thing to understand about the Pleiadians. They're not here to rule over us or to solve all our problems for us. They see themselves more like cosmic teachers or mentors. Their goal is to help us grow, to help us realize our own inner power and potential. They believe in us, even when we don't believe in ourselves. The Pleiadians are said to communicate with humans in various ways. Some people claim to channel their messages directly. Others say they receive information from the Pleiadians in dreams or meditation. And sometimes the Pleiadian wisdom comes through in more subtle ways, as sudden insights or aha moments that seem to come out of nowhere. One of the key things to understand about the Pleiadians is their perspective on love and unity. They come from a civilization that has moved beyond the kind of conflicts and divisions we experience here on Earth. They understand that at the deepest level, all beings are connected. This understanding of universal love and oneness is at the core of their teachings. The Pleiadians are also deeply concerned about the state of our planet. They've watched as we've developed amazing technologies, but they've also seen how we've often used these technologies in destructive ways. Part of their mission is to help us find a more balanced and harmonious way of living, one that allows for technological progress, but not at the expense of our spiritual growth or the health of our planet. It's important to note that the concept of the Pleiadians isn't just some recent New Age invention. References to beings from the Pleiades can be found in many ancient cultures. The Maya of Central America, for example, believed their ancestors came from the Pleiades. In Japan, the Pleiades are known as Subaru, yes, like the car brand, and were important in agricultural and maritime lore. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds a bit far-fetched. How do we know the Pleiadians are real? And that's a fair question. The existence of the Pleiadians isn't something that can be proven by our current scientific methods. But here's the thing. Whether you believe in them as literal beings or see them as a metaphor for higher wisdom doesn't really matter. What matters is the message they bring and how it resonates with you. Think of it this way. Throughout history, Humans have received inspiration and guidance from various sources. Sometimes it's attributed to gods or angels, sometimes to spirit guides or ascended masters. The Pleiadians represent another potential source of higher wisdom. And in the end, the truth of their teachings lies not in their origin, but in how these teachings can positively transform our lives and our world. So as we prepare to delve into the secret that the Pleadian Higher Council wants to share with us, keep an open mind. Remember, the Pleiadians aren't asking us to blindly believe in them or to worship them. They're simply offering us a perspective, a way of looking at ourselves and the universe that might just change everything. They're inviting us to explore, to question, and ultimately to discover the truth for ourselves. Are you ready to hear what they have to say? Are you prepared to consider a view of reality that might challenge everything you thought you knew? Because the secret the Pleiadians want to share isn't just information, it's an invitation to step into a larger world, to reclaim your power, and to remember who you truly are. The Pleiadian message, universal connection, the moment has finally arrived. The secret that the Pleadian Higher Council wants to share with us is both profound and surprisingly simple. Are you ready? Here it is. We are all connected, not just in some vague metaphorical sense, but in a real, tangible way that goes beyond our everyday understanding of reality. Now you might be thinking, that's it? That's the big secret? But don't let the simplicity fool you. This idea of universal connection is far more powerful and far-reaching than you might imagine. The Pleiadians want us to understand that everything in the universe, every person, every animal, every plant, every star, and every planet is part of one vast, interconnected web of energy and consciousness. Think of it like this. Imagine the entire universe as one enormous ocean. Each of us and everything around us are like waves in that ocean. We might look separate on the surface, but underneath, we're all part of the same body of water. We're made of the same stuff, moving and flowing together in a cosmic dance that's been going on since the beginning of time. But this connection goes even deeper than that. The Pleiadians tell us that at the most fundamental level, we're all made of the same cosmic energy. Scientists have discovered that at the quantum level, everything is made up of vibrating energy. The Pleiadians take this a step further, saying that this energy is actually conscious. In other words, consciousness isn't something that just happens in our brains. It's a fundamental property of the universe itself. This means that in a very real sense, we're all one big cosmic family. The person sitting next to you on the bus, the trees in your backyard, even the stars twinkling in the night sky, they're all part of you, and you're part of them. It's like we're all different characters in the same vast cosmic story. But here's where it gets really interesting. The Pleiadians say that this connection isn't just a passive thing. It's something we can actively experience and use in our daily lives. When we tune into this universal connection, we can tap into a source of wisdom, love, and power that goes beyond our individual selves. We can start to see the world through new eyes, understanding that what we do to others, we're really doing to ourselves. This secret of universal connection is the key to understanding who we really are. We're not just isolated individuals, struggling to make our way in a cold, uncaring universe. We're integral parts of a living, breathing cosmos, each of us playing a unique and important role in the grand scheme of things. Now that we've heard the Pleiadian secret, you might be wondering, okay, so we're all connected. Why does that matter? How does this change anything in my day-to-day life? Well, let me tell you, understanding and embracing this universal connection can change everything. First and foremost, it completely transforms how we see ourselves and others. When we truly grasp that we're all interconnected, it becomes impossible to treat others as completely separate from us. Think about it. If you knew deep in your bones that hurting someone else was the same as hurting yourself, how would that change your behavior? How would it change the way you treat your family, your coworkers, or even strangers on the street? This understanding of universal connection is the foundation of true compassion and empathy. It's not just about being nice because it's the right thing to do. It's about recognizing that on a fundamental level, there is no other. The pain you feel is my pain. The joy you experience is my joy. This realization can lead to a profound shift in how we interact with the world around us. But it goes beyond just our relationships with other people. This understanding extends to our relationship with the planet itself. If we're all connected, then the earth isn't just some rock we happen to live on. It's a part of us, and we're a part of it. Can you imagine how we might treat our environment differently if we truly felt this connection? The climate crisis, deforestation, pollution, these aren't just external problems happening somewhere else. They're happening to us, to our larger self. On a personal level, understanding this connection can be incredibly empowering. It means that you're not alone, ever. Even in your darkest moments, you're connected to the entire universe. You have the wisdom of the cosmos within you if you only learn how to access it. This can be a powerful antidote to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and depression that so many people struggle with in our modern world. Moreover, this understanding of universal connection can give our lives a sense of meaning and purpose that many of us are desperately searching for. If we're all part of this grand cosmic dance, then everything we do matters. Every kind word, every compassionate act, every moment of love and understanding sends ripples through the entire universe. You're not just living your life for yourself, you're living it for all of creation. This secret also has profound implications for our understanding of spirituality and consciousness. Many spiritual traditions have talked about the idea of oneness or unity consciousness. The Pleiadian message gives us a way to understand these concepts not just as abstract spiritual ideas, but as fundamental truths about the nature of reality. It bridges the gap between science and spirituality, showing us that at the deepest level, they're talking about the same thing. Understanding our universal connection can also change how we approach problems and challenges in our lives. Instead of feeling like we have to figure everything out on our own, we can learn to tap into the collective wisdom of the universe. It's like having the biggest, most amazing support system imaginable, because in a very real sense, the entire universe is on your side. Finally, embracing this secret can lead to a profound sense of peace and acceptance. When we understand that everything is connected, we can start to see the perfection in the grand design of the universe. Even the difficult or painful parts of life take on new meaning when we see them as part of this larger whole. It doesn't mean we don't work to improve things, but it allows us to approach life with a sense of trust and flow, rather than constant struggle and resistance. Now that we understand the importance of this universal connection, you might be wondering, How can I actually experience this for myself? How do I tap into this cosmic web? The good news is the Pleiadians have given us some practical steps to help us feel and strengthen this connection in our daily lives. The first, and perhaps most important step, is simply to become aware. Start paying attention to the world around you in a new way. Look at the people you pass on the street, the trees swaying in the wind, even the device you're using to read this right now. Remind yourself that all of these things are connected to you in ways that go beyond what your eyes can see. This simple shift in perspective can start to open up a whole new world of experience. Meditation is another powerful tool for feeling our universal connection. The Pleiadians suggest a simple meditation practice that anyone can do, regardless of their experience level. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Now imagine a warm golden light filling your body. With each breath, this light grows stronger and brighter. Once you feel filled with this light, imagine it starting to expand beyond your body, connecting you to everything around you: the chair you're sitting on, the room you're in, the building, the city, the planet, and beyond. Feel the love and peace that comes with this connection. Even just a few minutes of this practice each day can help strengthen your sense of universal connection. Another practical step is to practice gratitude. The Pleiadians tell us that gratitude is like a tuning fork that helps us resonate with the frequency of universal connection. Each day, take a moment to appreciate the connections in your life, your relationships, the food you eat, the air you breathe, the sun that gives us life. As you express gratitude for these connections, you'll find yourself becoming more aware of them in your daily life. The Pleiadians also encourage us to spend time in nature. Nature provides some of the clearest examples of how everything is interconnected. Watch how a forest ecosystem works together, with each plant and animal playing its part. Observe the water cycle, or how the sun nourishes all life on earth. As you immerse yourself in nature, allow yourself to feel that you're a part of this grand system, not separate from it. Practicing kindness and compassion is another way to strengthen our sense of connection. Each time you perform an act of kindness, remind yourself that you're not just helping another person, you're nurturing the connection between you. This could be as simple as holding a door open for someone, offering a kind word to a stranger, or volunteering in your community. As you practice kindness, you'll start to feel the truth of our interconnectedness on a deeper level. The Pleiadians also suggest paying attention to synchronicities in your life. These are those meaningful coincidences that seem to happen at just the right moment, like thinking of a friend and then receiving a call from them, or stumbling upon exactly the information you need at just the right time. The Pleiadians say that these synchronicities are like little winks from the universe, reminding us of our connection to the greater whole. Another practical step is to practice mindfulness in your daily activities. Whether you're eating a meal, washing dishes, or walking to work, try to be fully present in the moment. Pay attention to your senses, to the miracle of your body functioning, to the countless connections that make each moment possible. This practice can help you tap into the deeper reality of our universal connection. The Pleiadians also encourage us to explore our dreams. They say that in the dream state, we're often more open to experiencing our connection to the larger universe. Keep a dream journal and pay attention to any dreams that give you a sense of expansiveness or connection. These might be dreams where you're flying, As we embark on this journey of embracing our universal connection, it's important to acknowledge that it's not always going to be smooth sailing. The Pleiadians understand that we'll face challenges along the way, and they want us to be prepared for these obstacles. One of the biggest challenges we might face is doubt. Let's be honest. The idea that we're all deeply connected to everything in the universe can seem pretty far out, especially if you've grown up in a society that emphasizes individuality and separation. You might find yourself thinking, this all sounds nice, but is it really true? Am I just fooling myself? These doubts are completely normal and even healthy. The Pleiadians don't want us to blindly accept anything, even their teachings. They encourage us to question, to explore, and to find our own truth. The key is to not let these doubts stop us from exploring further. Instead, view them as invitations to dig deeper, to seek out experiences that can validate or invalidate these ideas for ourselves. Another challenge we might face is the feeling of disconnection that's so prevalent in our modern world. We live in a time where technology often seems to separate us more than it connects us. We're surrounded by news of conflict, division, and environmental destruction. In the face of all this, the idea of universal connection can sometimes feel like a naive fantasy. The Pleiadians want us to understand that feeling disconnected doesn't mean we're not connected. It's more like we've forgotten how to feel the connection that's always there. They compare it to a fish not realizing it's in water. We're so immersed in our connection to everything that we often fail to notice it. The challenge is to learn to tune into this connection even when the world around us seems to be telling a different story. We might also face resistance from others who don't understand or accept these ideas. Friends, family members, or colleagues might scoff at the notion of universal connection, dismissing it as woo-woo or unscientific. This can be particularly challenging if we're excited about these new understandings and want to share them with others. The Pleiadians advise us to be patient and compassionate in these situations. Remember, everyone is on their own journey of understanding. Instead of trying to convince others, focus on living these truths in your own life. As you embody the reality of universal connection, others will naturally become curious about what's changed in you. Another challenge we might encounter is the overwhelm that can come from feeling so deeply connected to everything. As we open up to this connection, we might find ourselves feeling the pain of the world more acutely, the suffering of others, the destruction of the environment. It can all start to feel very personal and overwhelming. The Pleiadians remind us that feeling this connection doesn't mean we have to take on the weight of the world's problems. Instead, they encourage us to use these feelings as motivation for positive action. When we feel overwhelmed, we can remind ourselves that just as we're connected to all the pain in the world, we're also connected to all the joy, love, and healing. Finally, we might face the challenge of integrating these spiritual understandings with our everyday lives. It's one thing to feel a sense of cosmic oneness during meditation, but how do we carry that into our jobs, our relationships, our daily responsibilities? The Pleiadians emphasize that this integration is a lifelong journey. We don't need to be perfect or to feel connected all the time. The goal is to gradually bring more awareness of our connection into all aspects of our lives. Even small moments of remembering our connection throughout the day can have a profound impact over time. As we continue to embrace and explore our universal connection, we'll likely start to notice some significant changes in our lives. The Pleiadians want us to be aware of these potential shifts so we can recognize and appreciate them as they occur. One of the first changes we might notice is a shift in our perspective. Things that used to bother us might not seem as important anymore. We might find ourselves naturally taking a broader, more compassionate view of situations that previously would have triggered stress or anger. It's like we're seeing the world through a wide-angle lens, able to perceive the bigger picture rather than getting caught up in the small details. We might also start to experience a greater sense of peace and contentment in our daily lives. As we tune into our connection with everything, we often find that many of our fears and anxieties start to dissolve. There's a deep sense of rightness that comes from understanding our place in the cosmic web. This doesn't mean we never face challenges or difficult emotions, but we're better equipped to handle them with grace and equanimity. Another change we might see is an increase in synchronicities or meaningful coincidences in our lives. We might find that the right people, opportunities, or information show up just when we need them. The Pleiadians explain that as we become more aware of our universal connection, we naturally start to flow more harmoniously with the rhythms of the universe. It's not that magical things are suddenly happening to us. It's that we're becoming more attuned to the interconnected nature of reality. We might also notice changes in our relationships. As we embody the understanding of universal connection, we often become more compassionate, understanding, and forgiving towards others. We might find it easier to see things from other people's perspectives, leading to fewer conflicts and deeper, more authentic connections. This can extend beyond our personal relationships to a general sense of kinship with all of humanity. On a physical level, some people report experiencing improvements in their health and well-being as they embrace their universal connection. The Pleiadians explain that this is because we're aligning ourselves more fully with the natural flow of life energy. We might find ourselves naturally drawn to healthier habits, or we might notice that we recover more quickly from illness or injury. It's important to note, however, that this doesn't replace proper medical care. It's more about creating a supportive inner environment for health and healing. We might also see changes in how we relate to the natural world. Many people report feeling a deeper connection to nature, experiencing a sense of awe and wonder at the beauty and complexity of life on Earth. We might find ourselves more motivated to make eco-friendly choices, not out of guilt or obligation, but from a genuine sense of care for our planetary home. On a spiritual level, we might experience moments of profound insight, or what some traditions call awakening experiences. These can be moments where we directly perceive the interconnected nature of reality, experiencing a sense of oneness with all that is. While these experiences are often temporary, they can leave a lasting impact on how we understand ourselves and the world. We might also notice changes in our sense of purpose or direction in life. As we tune into our universal connection, we often gain a clearer sense of our unique role in the grand tapestry of existence. We might feel called to make changes in our career, to engage more deeply with our passions, or to find ways to be of service to others and the planet. Finally, we might see changes in how we relate to the concept of death. The Pleiadians explain that when we truly understand our universal connection, we realize that death is not an end, but a transformation. While we might still experience grief at the loss of loved ones, there's often a deeper peace that comes from understanding that nothing is ever truly lost in the interconnected web of the universe. Now that we've explored the Pleiadian secret of universal connection, understood its importance, and considered the changes it might bring, you might be wondering, what's next? How do I fully integrate this wisdom into my life? The Pleiadians offer some guidance on how to move forward on this cosmic journey. First and foremost, they emphasize the importance of practice. Understanding our universal connection intellectually is just the first step. To truly embody this wisdom, we need to make it a part of our daily lives. This doesn't mean you need to drastically change your lifestyle overnight. Start small, with simple practices that remind you of your connection to all things. One practice the Pleiadians recommend is to begin each day with a moment of connection. Before you get out of bed, take a few deep breaths and remind yourself of your place in the cosmic web. Feel your connection to your body, to the earth beneath you, to the air you're breathing, to all the people in your life, and to the vast universe beyond. This simple practice can set the tone for your entire day, helping you move through the world with greater awareness and compassion. Another suggestion is to create regular rituals that honor your connection to nature and the cosmos. This could be as simple as watching the sunset each evening, or as involved as creating a personal ceremony for the changing seasons. The key is to find practices that resonate with you personally and help you feel that sense of connection. The Pleiadians also encourage us to seek out communities of like-minded individuals. While this journey is ultimately a personal one, having the support of others who understand and share these perspectives can be incredibly valuable. Look for local groups interested in spirituality, meditation, or consciousness expansion. Online communities can also be a great resource for connecting with others on a similar path. Continuing to educate ourselves is another important step. The Pleiadians remind us that learning about our universal connection is a lifelong journey. There's always more to discover, both about the nature of reality and about ourselves. They encourage us to explore different spiritual traditions, to study scientific discoveries about the nature of the universe, and to remain open to new insights and understandings. Importantly, the Pleiadians emphasize the need to apply this wisdom in practical ways. It's not enough to just think about our universal connection. We need to live it. Look for ways to express this understanding through your actions. This might mean making more conscious consumer choices, finding ways to serve your community, or simply being more present and compassionate in your daily interactions. They also suggest paying attention to our dreams and intuitions. As we become more attuned to our universal connection, we often receive guidance and insights through these channels. Keep a dream journal, pay attention to your gut feelings, and be open to messages that might come in unexpected ways. Finally, the Pleiadians remind us to be patient and gentle with ourselves on this journey. Embracing our universal connection is a profound shift in consciousness, and it doesn't happen overnight. There will be times when we forget, when we fall back into old patterns of thinking and behaving. That's okay. The key is to keep coming back to this truth, to keep opening ourselves to the reality of our interconnectedness. Remember, this journey isn't about reaching some final destination. It's about continually expanding our awareness, deepening our connection, and growing into our full potential as cosmic beings. Each step we take in this direction not only transforms our own lives, but contributes to the evolution of all humanity. As we come to the end of this exploration of the Pleiadian secret, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound journey we've embarked upon. The understanding that we are all deeply, fundamentally connected to everything in the universe is not just a fascinating idea. It's a transformative truth that has the power to reshape our entire existence. By embracing our universal connection, we open ourselves to a new way of being in the world. We move from a perspective of separation and isolation to one of unity and belonging. We begin to see that we are not just passive observers of the universe, but active participants in its ongoing creation and evolution. This shift in perspective brings with it enormous responsibility, but also incredible empowerment. We realize that every thought, every action, every choice we make ripples out through the cosmic web, affecting the whole. This understanding naturally leads us towards more conscious, compassionate, and harmonious ways of living. The Pleiadians have shared this wisdom not to burden us, but to liberate us. They want us to remember our true nature as infinite, eternal beings of light and love. They want us to reclaim our power as co-creators of reality. They want us to wake up to the magnificence of who we really are. As we move forward, carrying this cosmic secret in our hearts, let's remember that we're not alone on this journey. We're supported by the entire universe, guided by the wisdom of advanced beings like the Pleiadians, and connected to every other soul on this beautiful planet. So, dear cosmic family, as you go about your day, remember, you are a child of the universe, a spark of the divine, intimately connected to all that is. Let this truth guide your steps, inform your choices, and fill your heart with love and wonder. For in embracing our universal connection, we not only transform ourselves, but contribute to the healing and evolution of all existence. The secret is out, the connection is real, the journey continues, and the universe eagerly awaits the full blossoming of your cosmic nature.